Now the topic of discussion is going to be Wheatstone bridge. So let's see what is a Wheatstone bridge. So Wheatstone bridge is nothing but a simple circuit for measuring unknown resistance by connecting it so as to form a quadrilateral with three known resistances and applying the voltage between the pair of opposite corners. So Wheatstone bridge is a device, a simple circuit which you can design by taking four resistors in your hand, out of which three resistance values will be known and one unknown resistor is there. If you are able to connect them in the form of a quadrilateral such that between one set of the opposite corners, if you connect a galvanometer, between the other set of the opposite corners, if you are able to connect a battery, then that particular circuit is what is called as a Wheatstone bridge. The diagram is given here. See, for example, you see 1, 2, 3 and 4 resistors are there. Out of these 4 resistors, when they are connected in the form of a quadrilateral, between one set of corners there is a galvanometer connected. Let's discuss what a galvanometer is. And between the other set of the corners, there is a battery of EMF E which is connected. Now let's try to understand what a galvanometer means. So galvanometer is a device which is used to sense current. Galvanometer is a device which is used to sense current. There are two devices where current is involved. One of the devices is ammeter and the second is a galvanometer. So if someone asks you about an ammeter is a device which is used to measure the value of current, whereas galvanometer will tell you whether current is flowing through the circuit or not. So if you look at the way the galvanometer is calibrated, a galvanometer, if the readings are like this, the center will have the 0. So 0 will be calibrated at the center and the pointer will be exactly at the center. If suppose in the circuit, if the current is flowing in the clockwise direction and the galvanometer, if it senses that current is flowing, if it shows the deflection to the right, if you reverse the polarities of the battery, then you can observe that the galvanometer will show the deflection in the opposite direction. So that is the main work of a galvanometer. Now the next important point is Wheatstone bridge works on the principle of Kirchhoff's laws. So when we say Kirchhoff's laws, both the laws are covered. KCL and KVL are covered in it. So we have seen what is a Wheatstone bridge. Now we need to derive a relation between the resistors in balanced condition. So here he is using the word balanced condition. So balanced condition means if you are able to maintain the current through the galvanometer, if the current through the galvanometer is 0, then we say that the Wheatstone bridge is in the balanced condition. That is, the value of Ig should be equal to 0. Now if you observe, Wheatstone's network consists of resistances P, Q, R and S, out of which one of the resistances will be unknown and 3 will be known. They are connected to form a closed path like the one which is shown here. So there is a cell of EMF E connected between the points A and C. This also we have discussed. Let's say the current that is supplied by the cell is I. Then at this junction the current gets divided. So if you apply the KCL at this junction, what happens is the current gets divided into two parts. One is I1 and the second is I2, such that I1 plus I2 is equal to I. When I apply Kirchhoff's current law at that point, we can say I1 plus I2 is I. Then I2 will be equal to I minus I1. Let's take this as equation number 1. Similarly, the current I1 is reaching this junction. So current I1 is reaching the junction. The current is getting divided as Ig and I3. So this Ig is what is called as the current through the galvanometer, and this is also called as the full scale deflection current. Full scale deflection current, and the resistance of the galvanometer is taken as G. So what is the meaning of full scale deflection current means? If you have the galvanometer, when the pointer is here, when the current flows through the galvanometer should exactly stop at the end point of the reading. If this is happening, then we call it as the full scale deflection current. So for the Wheatstone bridge to be in the balanced condition, the full scale deflection current of the galvanometer is supposed to be 0. So have this in your mind. So I2 is equal to I1 minus I1 we have written. Now I1 at point B is getting divided as I1 is equal to Ig plus I3. But in balanced condition, what happens? In balanced condition, Ig will be equal to 0, which implies I1 is equal to I3. Okay. Similarly, if you look at the other part, you can say I2 is reaching the junction D and Ig is also reaching the junction D. So can I say I2 plus Ig so 1 we got is I1 plus I3 is 1. Similarly, if I take I2 plus Ig, so I2 plus Ig will be I4. Again in balanced condition, what happens is Ig will be equal to 0. Then I2 will be equal to I4. Let this be equation number 2. Now, we have applied Kirchhoff's current law. Now we will apply the Kirchhoff's voltage law. So for voltage law, we need to consider the loops. Let us consider the loop A, B, D and A. If I consider the loop A, B, D, A, when I go from A to B, there is a potential drop of I1 into P. Since when you are going from A to B, you are walking in the direction of current, the potential drop will be negative. Recollected, when you are moving from higher to lower potential, the potential drop will be negative. Similarly, when you are going from B to D, you are walking across the galvanometer. So across the galvanometer, the potential drop is going to be Ig into capital G. Since again here also you are walking in the direction of current, it will be minus Ig into G. Similarly, when you are walking from D to A, you are walking in the direction opposite to the current. So there will be a gain in the potential drop. So it is plus I2 into R. Again in balanced condition, Ig is 0, which implies I1P will be equal to I2R. Let this be equation number 3. Similarly, if you consider the loop BCDA, when you go from B to C, what is happening? There is a potential drop of I3Q with a negative sign because you are going from higher to lower potential. Similarly, when you go from C to D, you are gaining a potential drop of I4 into S because you are walking in the direction opposite to the current. Similarly, when you go from B, C, D, B. When you are going from D to B, what happens is you are again gaining a potential drop of Ig into capital G, all put together is 0. Again in balanced condition, what will happen? Ig will be equal to 0, which implies I3Q is equal to I4 into S. Let this be 4. So dividing the third equation with fourth equation, what do we get? We get I1P divided by I3Q is equal to I2R divided by I4 into S. But remember, I1 is equal to I3 and I2 is equal to I4. If that is the case, I1 and I3 will get cancelled, I2 and I4 will get cancelled. Then we will get P divided by Q is equal to R divided by S. So this is the mathematical condition which gives the relation between the resistances for the Wheatstone bridge in balanced condition.